Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're uncovering a massive, and I mean absolutely massive, illusion in maintenance productivity. We're going to break down the exact math behind a strategy that will fundamentally shift how you look at your workforce. What if I told you that you could literally multiply your organization's output without hiring a single additional person? Sounds crazy, right? Let's get into it.
So, I want to start by asking you a question that honestly sounds impossible. How would you like to have 17 extra technicians? For free? Yeah, I know, it totally sounds like a gimmick. But as you'll see in just a minute, this is a mathematically proven reality, and it exists entirely within the untapped potential of your current operations.
That brings us to Section 1, the wrench time illusion. Now, pretty much every maintenance manager or plant supervisor has this deep-seated feeling that their team is operating at peak efficiency. I mean, you hear it all the time, right? There's absolutely no way our wrench time is below 80%. Look at them, we are always busy. The common perception here is that productive work is this towering pillar, with just a tiny little sliver of unavoidable delays at the top. But the illusion, the real trap here, is that deeply ingrained belief that just because a team is constantly in motion, they must actually be productive.
Now, here is where it gets really interesting. The crucial point is the shocking, massive gap between what we think is happening on the plant floor and the harsh statistical reality. While a manager might fiercely defend that 80% productivity rate, widespread data across most industries shows that actual productive maintenance time usually sits somewhere between a mere 25 and 35%. I know, ouch. But when there is a gap this wide between reality and perception, it points to a tremendous, hidden opportunity for improvement. Basically, it means the friction isn't with your people at all, it's with your process.
Let's dive a little deeper into Section 2, the harsh statistical reality.
Okay, so it's absolutely crucial that we define wrench time clearly so we all understand the true baseline of what we're measuring here. Wrench time isn't just the hours a technician is clocked in for the day. Not at all. It is a strictly defined, statistically valid measure of actual productive job progress. This strict measurement intentionally excludes necessary break times, lunches, and most importantly, undesirable job delays. Put simply, it tracks the time the wrench is actually turning.
To make those abstract percentages sting just a little bit more, let's look at a typical 35% productivity rate. What does that actually look like? Well, it means an average mechanic on a standard 10-hour shift is only making productive job progress for a mere 3.5 hours. Yep, just 3.5 hours out of 10. That reality check can be really tough to swallow for a hardworking organization.
In the real world, the delay column literally dwarfs the productive work column. The time spent dealing with friction, roadblocks, and just general headaches takes up a significantly larger proportion of the day than the actual maintenance work itself. It's totally upside down.
Now, if you're still a bit skeptical, which is totally fair, we can look to industry expert Keith Mobley from ISI to lend some absolute authority to these shockingly low statistics. He notes that typical technicians spend less than 25% of their time actually maintaining critical equipment, with the vast balance of their day completely lost to non-productive tasks. This really validates just how widespread and chronic this issue is across the entire industrial landscape.
Moving on to Section 3, analyzing the hidden delays.
So if a technician is only doing 3.5 hours of actual work, where on earth do those other 6.5 hours go? Well, it's a classic case of death by 1,000 cuts. It's standing around at the parts counter, waiting for a delivery. It's wandering the floor trying to decipher a really vague work order. Or maybe it's walking back and forth locating the right specialized tool that, surprise, surprise, wasn't where it was supposed to be. A minute here, a minute there, it relentlessly compounds, just bleeding away massive amounts of your potential productivity.
Remember this golden rule: busy does not equal productive. Let's say you have a technician who is literally sprinting across a plant to fetch a missing replacement part. They are indeed incredibly busy. They might even be breaking a sweat. But according to the strict definition of wrench time we just talked about, they are trapped in an avoidable delay. They are completely non-productive during that entire sprint.
This brings us to the solution. Section 4, the power of planning.
Look at this insight from Brad Peterson at SAMI. It perfectly highlights the incredible leverage that planning provides over chaotic, reactive work environments. He says planned work typically requires only 1/3 as much labor as unplanned work. Seriously, let that sink in for a second. By simply getting ahead of the job, ensuring the parts are already there, the instructions are crystal clear, and the tools are prepped and ready, you completely strip away the friction that is eating up your technician's day.
And now, Section 5, reaching world-class productivity.
The good news is we can walk through a highly realistic step-by-step climb to improvement. You don't just jump to world class overnight, right? Step 1 is simply implementing basic planning and scheduling. Just doing that bumps you from that traditional 35% up to about 45%. Then, step 2 involves developing historical files and information to avoid repeating past problems, which pushes productivity to 50%. Finally, step 3 adds special aids, think advanced tool rooms or computerization, getting you to that world-class 55%. And notice something important here. Computerization is step 3. It really only works after your basic human processes are actually optimized.
Steadily eliminating those daily delays compounds into some massive gains in productive time. The beauty of this is that you aren't forcing the technicians to work any faster or break more of a sweat. You are simply removing the roadblocks right in front of them, allowing their natural pace to yield significantly more wrench time. It's about working smarter, not harder.
I want to make sure the sheer magnitude of this is crystal clear. We're not talking about a minor efficiency bump or some slight tweak in your metrics. Moving a typical plant from a 25% wrench time to a 50% wrench time through proper planning means you are literally doubling the labor productivity of your existing workforce. You read that right. You get twice the output with the exact same team.
And that brings us right back to that impossible question we started with. With proper planning, a crew of 30 technicians yields the exact same effect as 47 unplanned technicians. By simply organizing the work and eliminating avoidable delays, you are effectively giving yourself those 17 extra technicians for absolutely free. It's not magic, it's just exceptional maintenance planning.
So look out at your floor tomorrow and ask yourself a tough question. Are you managing for busy work, or are you managing for productive work? Honestly, the answer to that question might just be the key to unlocking a world-class workforce that you already have on your payroll. Thanks so much for exploring this incredible paradigm shift with me.